Hail and kill, caller. You're on the air.
Mr. Neeley, I'm here to call you out.
You're calling me out?
I'm calling you out.
Okay.
It's been a few months since we've talked, and the time has come. Tuesday night.
Oh.
Air Supply in your city.
Well, you know, I've switched from Dokken being my favorite band to Air Supply being my favorite band, at least according to the fans anyway.
Is that right?
That's right. There's beams out there and everything saying, move over, Dokken. Air Supply is now Neeley's favorite band.
That's right.
Rockin' with Air Supply.
That's right. So
well, I'm calling you out about our show. You know, we talked a while ago and you said you were coming.
I am coming. I've got plans and everything. I've got your shirt laid out. By the way, this is our good friend, bassist Jonni Lightfoot.
Hey there.
I've got your shirt laid out. I'm bringing you a CMS shirt.
Oh, that's very cool.
Yeah, and I'm bringing a little hottie along with me.
What's his name?
Taylor.
Very
Tell
nice.
Leroy hi for me.
Yeah, I was going to bring Chris. He's my hottie.
Ugh.
Well, we're gonna call Chris out too when we go to his city.
Wait, there's no calling me out. I can't wait till you come to Cleveland. I'm going. There's no shyness about my love for Air Supply. I'm a fan.
All right. Well, we're going to take care of both of you. But Neeley, we've got an Air Supply shirt for you. We'll get you a signed photo.
There you go.
You're going to be rocking.
All right. Well, again, I'm looking forward to it. I got the plans made. I was texting you at a Van Halen show just to let you know where my mind was. I wasn't on the Van Halen show happening in front of me. I was thinking Air Supply.
Of course.
Wow.
He wanted to hear a show with good vocals.
Yeah, I've heard. I didn't make the show. I missed it in Salt Lake. But how was it?
Well, you know what? It was surprisingly good. And believe me, when I say that really took a lot for me to say, because Chris and I have totally crucified Van Halen since he and I were side stage 2 years ago, and since they released that double CD from Tokyo, which is just an abortion. But seeing that show last night, David Lee Roth straightened up his act. He sang the song straight. He didn't do any of his goofy antics, and it actually was a good show. I was really surprised.
Really? That's good to hear, because I was a little worried, that Dave was just going to be Dave too much. I don't know if you remember back years and years ago when Dave came back and did those 2 songs on like the Best of Volume 1 or whatever.
Me Wise Magic, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Me Wise Magic. And do you remember they went on, I think, the MTV Music Awards, and they were giving an award.
Right.
And Dave got up there, and he was, Dave's personality is larger than life. We all know that. But he was going larger than life. And you could see that Eddie was totally embarrassed, pulled him out of the way of the mic and just said, and the winner is, Yeah. And I just wondered if he was still like that on stage. So he mellowed it out a little. That's good.
But the thing is that the reviews of the first few shows and the reviews of that double live CD have been horrific, that I think somebody actually got into his ear and he actually took heed, because he actually sung it straight last night and wasn't doing the goofy vaudevillian thing and wasn't being Dave. He actually, stayed vocally with the band. He didn't, do any kind of weird affects on his voice or anything. He just did the show straight, and it was a really good show.
That's great. So if it was such a great show, why was Air Supply on your mind? You just love the love songs, don't you?
I do. I was just like, damn, why am I watching Van Halen, one of the greatest rock bands that ever came down the pike, when I could be watching Air Supply?
I'm sensing some sarcasm. Am I picking up on that right? Am I picking up on the sarcasm?
No, seriously, dude. I'm looking forward to coming out and hanging on the show, coming to the show on Tuesday.
Yeah, we're gonna take care of you and make sure that you become a diehard Air Supply fan, or as we call them, airheads.
Right.
You're gonna be coming to all the pre-show sound checks, and wearing your Graham and Russell shirt.
Yeah. Photos, please.
Oh, I'm planning on it.
Please take those photos and send them to me immediately, Johnny.
He's going to be rocking out. Trust me. It's not what you think it is. I swear, it's a rock show.
It's going to be good. They have too many good songs. Neely's a big fan. He's just not admitting it.
Yeah.
And what's great? You get a double dose of love, Neely, because Christopher Cross is opening up for us.
Yeah, I saw that. I was just like, that guy's still around, huh?
Yeah, him and his baseball cap.
He was going bald at 19 when he was popular.
Yeah, he is. You know what? He's a great guy. He has great songs, and he always sounds awesome. We do a bunch of shows with him every year.
I only know the first record. I mean, did he do anything after that?
The theme from Arthur, of
course. The first one was Sailing on it. You mean, is that the one you're talking about?
Yeah, the one that broke him big.
Yeah, he's got a few records since then.
Oh, okay.
What they're called, I don't know.
Wait a minute, you're both being mean. He had the theme from Arthur.
Hey, and hold on a sec. That's a direct ripoff of Air Supply.
Of course it is. Everything is.
Listen to those chord changes. Doing whatever he pleases. Even the nights are better. Come on. The ripoff.
It is total steal. Johnny, we need you to solve something that we were just talking about an hour ago on the show.
Okay.
Air Supply is the ultimate band for guys getting laid.
Yeah.
No band has more songs that get guys laid, right?
No, it's true. It's the ultimate. I just broke up with my boyfriend. I got to go out and meet someone and get him off my mind. So
bingo.
You know what I'm talking about.
That's what I'm saying. So little action, really even the nights are better since I found you.
Yeah. That's right. All Out of Love, the ultimate breakup song.
That's right.
Lost in
Love,
People,
and I don't
the
know much.
Wedding song. We might even find Neely a date that night. I mean, I know he's bringing one, but I mean, like a woman date.
Believe me, this girl I'm bringing, she is all woman and then some.
Nice. Well, you're going to be sitting with my peeps.
All right.
We'll make sure that you're taken care of.
Cool. Looking forward to it, man.
You're gonna be hanging with my girlfriend, so don't hit on her.
Right. Because I'm such a stud, man.
Yeah, you are. I follow you guys. I know what's going on.
Sure.
You're hip.
Nice.
So, hey, has Desi Rex called in and let you guys ask him one question and talk for 45 minutes lately?
No, he's still answering the last call.
he's still on the other line.
That was a pretty funny interview, you got to admit.
There wasn't much of an interview. He just
wait a minute. He was fantastic.
I mean, it wasn't exactly an interview. It was a dissertation.
He's like that guy at the Grammys or the Academy Awards that talks and talks and talks, and they're playing the music and flashing the lights, and he just won't stop. You know, like, stop, and he just won't. He keeps going. He's like, no way, screw you guys. I got so much to say.
Now, obviously, you work with him, in a professional capacity. Did you guys discuss that at all? Have you talked about that?
Yeah. Yeah, he apologized to me. I was like, dude, what were you doing? I mean, I loved it, and it was awesome, but we were kind of trying to talk about the record and the band, and he's like, yeah, I know, but I just got lost and just wanted to have some fun.
That he did.
It was fantastic. I thought it was fantastic. Every time, the best thing, Johnny, and you never know it when you're on the phone hearing it, but you know it in the chat room. The chat room wanted so badly for it to stop. And I just kept going, well, wait a minute, what about? Well, wait a minute, what about? And just kept him keeping going. The chat room was hating my guts.
Well, he's really good at talking.
No kidding.
You can tell he's a front man. You can tell he knows how to work the room and everything. But sometimes his stories go a while.
Yeah.
My favorite part about Desi is he starts telling one story. Then he gets into another story that kind of has something to do with that story. Then he goes into another story, and then he's completely lost and forgot what the original question or story was and starts a whole other story.
Sure. Well, I'd like to get him into a talk-off with Eric Martin from Mr. Big.
Wow.
I know Eric.
Because Eric can do the same thing. That guy can talk. But I don't think
I might put my money on Desi on that one.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I would that would definitely be a challenge.
I'll tell this one story that we edited, one of the rare times that we ever edited an interview. I interviewed Eric once, and he told me ahead of time, he said, man, I haven't slept, I'm tired, let's keep this to like 20 minutes. And I was like, okay. He went on for 2 hours and 30 minutes, and I don't think I asked him 5 questions. He kept going until he ran out of gas, and then he literally was like, dude, I got to go to bed. And that's how the interview ended.
Wow.
Eric can talk.
Well, I think you guys got one question in on Desi. I think it was one simple question.
Yeah.
And it was like 45 minutes later.
Yeah, well, we loved it, though. We loved it.
No, he is a great guy, and he's a hell of a singer, and he's so genuine and so caring, and he just talks.
It's funny.
Awesome.
I can't complain. But all right, well, I'm glad you're ready to get your air supply on.
Well, where are you tonight?
Kansas,
where
Missouri.
Am I? I am in. Hold on, I got to look at the hotel phone.
You're in Missouri.
I am in Robinson, Mississippi. Mississippi.
Is it burning down there?
No, not yet.
Oh.
It's hot though. We're out somewhere on the water in a place called Tunica, which is a strip of casinos.
Yeah, that's down there with Greg Jafria's casino.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, everybody's played here, man. There's Styx, there's Keith Urban, there's everybody on the wall that's played this room that we played tonight. I mean, everything from country to comedians to hard metal acts.
Nice.
It's crazy. So and last night we were in Biloxi, Mississippi, and Judas Priest played the weekend before us.
Nice. Well, how was the crowd tonight?
It was on fire.
Yeah.
It was a great crowd, and they were just singing along, singing at the top of their lungs on the big hits, which you're going to be doing. You better be doing.
Yeah, full room. Was it a full room?
You need me to text you the lyrics so you have them?
Hey, I was married to a girl who was a major Air Supply fan, which is why I kind of lost my taste for that.
Yeah, I know. I remember the story. She broke up with you or something like that. And we became on your hate list.
Yeah, I sent her packing.
No, that's okay. That's okay. Hopefully we don't bring up too many memories.
No, you're going to create new ones with this new chick.
Hey. See?
See how that works?
I see how that works.
Even the nights will be better.
Oh. Someone's going to be making love out of nothing at all.
Right, exactly.
And that's not just a reference to your small cock, Neeley.
Have you been peeking, Chris?
Wow. So who is the lucky lady that you're bringing? Is it a girlfriend?
No. I actually went out with her for the first time last night to Van Halen.
Ah.
So I said, hey, you want to go to Air Supply? She's like, well, I'm not a fan, but I'll go.
Perfect.
But I'll go.
You know what? That's how you know you have a good girl. They'll go to concerts that they might not like with you.
Well, she didn't say she wouldn't like it. She just said she wasn't a fan. And she says, but I do know somebody that is a fan, and I'm just going to go to tell them that I went just so I can piss them off.
You guys are going to be up at the front of the stage giving the devil horns by the end of the night. You're going to push your way up, start a mosh pit. No, I say that because about girls going to concerts because they're not necessarily fans of, if you so to speak. I drug my girl to Alice in Chains last week.
How was that? Was it good?
It was great. They were in a small club in Salt Lake, sold out the club. A small club meaning like maybe 2,000, so not necessarily small, but a good-sized club. Sold it out. Went on a half hour late. They full-on pulled a Guns N' Roses, but just rocked it. for about an hour, and then honestly, I got a little tired of the grungy over and over, same kind of thing, and left.
Left early, huh?
I left a little early, but we still got to see the major hits. And truthfully, a lot of it is I like to protect my ears at a concert.
Sure.
Because I do a lot of mixing and recording, and I didn't bring any headphones or earplugs. So we left a little early, and plus we didn't have to deal with any of the traffic that way.
Right.
Have you seen them live?
Alice in Chains? Yeah, just once.
Yeah.
Just once.
With Lane or with the new guy?
New guy.
I've seen both.
He does well, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does real good. But Jerry Cantrell really did, the lion's share of the vocaling, though.
Yes, for sure.
So
he does. It's a Jerry Cantrell show, and truthfully, I'm okay with that. He writes the songs and he sings. He pretty much sings every song.
Yeah.
Sharing all the vocals with the sing. I don't even know the new guy's name. Is that horrible?
Duvall.
You know his name?
Yeah, William Duvall.
William Duvall? Okay.
Yep.
With him. But, all in all, I mean, I loved them back in the 90s. I thought they were so unique sounding with the harmonies and the stuff they did back then. And, of course, Wood and No Excuse is some of my favorite songs.
Sure.
So we got to see that. And, of course, Rooster and Man in the Box, who doesn't love that song.
Right.
But it was a great show, all in all.
Sure.
Cool.
So at least you didn't drown in your own shit.
Right. He could have, though. That place was jammed, man. I tell you, I haven't seen that club that packed before.
Nice. I'm glad to see that they're still doing well out there, because their last CD didn't quite get the push and the promotion that their comeback release got, and it has a stupid title.
Yeah, what, Black Gives Way to Blue, or
no, that was the first
right?
one. I'm talking about this most recent one.
It's like the dinosaurs
one?
hurt my mother or something.
Here's something about an elephant or something.
Something about dinosaurs.
Really?
I know that.
Yeah, it's just a dumb title for a song, for an album.
Is it bad that I didn't even know they had a new record?
Well, it's Alice in Chains, but it just didn't have the pop that their comeback CD had.
It was called The Devil Put Dinosaurs Here.
Yeah.
Wow, really?
That's a cerebral title if I ever heard one.
Was there a quote-unquote single even from it?
Let me look. There was. It was Pretty Done was the single.
Pretty Done. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm going to have to do some research. I seriously didn't even know.
It's a boring album.
Yeah,
it's slow. It's 10 roosters in a row. It's all slow, and that was really the problem with it, was that if you heard one, you heard them all, and they were all fairly the same.
Well, see, that's what I was just talking about with the show. It became that kind of the same thing. It's like, didn't we just hear this song? Yeah. Maybe that's what they were doing. They were playing some new stuff from that record that I didn't know.
Right. So it was beer. It
got very, very monotonous.
Yeah, it was a permanent beer and piss break for you.
Wow.
Wasn't rocking like an Air Supply show. That's for damn sure.
It says a lot about the music industry and the state that it's in with record releases. It's just, what's the answer to it? People aren't buying records like they used to. Record labels aren't giving albums promotion like they used to.
Oh, the record labels give it away, Johnny. That's the biggest problem. I'm a Hailstorm fan, and the record company put it out on YouTube. Every song from the record on YouTube the day it was released. There was absolutely no reason to go buy it.
Wow.
And that's happening more and more. They're just happy to put it out there, get it on Spotify, get it on YouTube, and take their little dribbles of money for plays.
It's a sad state. It's a sad time. I mean, it's kind of scary. I think back in the day, I think we talked about this once before, like a new Kiss record was coming out. I knew it was going to be such and such day, and I was excited and stoked, and I went the day that the record was supposed to come out and stood in line before the record store even opened and ran in and bought it, took it home and listened to it, nonstop. Now it's like They released a record? Oh, wow. That's kind of cool. Well, maybe I'll find it for free somewhere.
Right. Dude, you're just so old school. You're just old school.
That's because I'm old. No, I mean, come on. Can't you guys relate? Like picking up like 2112 and listening to it on headphones and just listening to all the panning going back and forth and, and blowing your mind, probably doing some sort of drugs, right?
Yes, of course.
And listening to it and tripping out on it, right?
Yeah. Not 2112 for me, but several albums.
Debbie Gibson?
Well, Debbie Gibson, of course. Now, that was some rockin' music
back
then.
Only in my dreams.
Tiffany, maybe?
I went and saw Tiffany at the mall, thank you.
You know that one of her videos she filmed in Salt Lake City at a place called the 49th Street Galleria. It's the one where, well, it looks like it's in a mall.
Right. I think we're alone now. Did she have another video?
Yeah, I think we're alone now. Yeah. Her only one.
Yeah, that was it for her.
No, but I mean, those days, do children today, do I dare say children, do people today go out, buy a record, take it home, put it on the headphones, and just listen to it? Sit down. Back in my day, we'd pick up the album cover, and I'm saying album as a record, and, open it up, pull out the sleeve, read every lyric, read all the liner notes, and listen to the record.
Right.
I think that's a lost art. Just like the kids of today have no idea the relationship between a cassette player and a pencil.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you gotta wind that tape with that pencil, man.
That's right. And I just think that it's a lost art, and I am desperately trying to find a way to have that come back. Not the tape and the pencil thing, but to have the excitement over a record release.
Sure.
Well,
good luck with that. I think the only thing that'll do that is a nuclear war. Nah. Got to wipe it all.
Unfortunately, I think you're right.
Got to wipe it all out and start again.
That's unfortunate, isn't it?
It is unfortunate.
We talk about it all the time, Johnny. Music just doesn't it doesn't have value now. And I don't want to say the classic stuff doesn't, because that's the only stuff that still sells. But
right.
We didn't. This generation, I have nieces that are 14, 17. So I see a little bit about how they and their friends and whatnot, and my kids are in their 20s. So I've kind of watched how it's developed, and the industry, forget the downloading. I mean, yeah, there was some element of that was bad, but a worse part of it was that the industry itself didn't build interest in these bands. You had a band, I don't care who you were into in the 80s and early 90s, whether it was Foreigner or Journey or Disturbed or Korn or whoever it was, doesn't matter. You always had build up to it. You always had, promotional tours and hype, and they developed each band as a brand as well as just their music. And now, what's the brand? What is the Nicki Minaj brand? What is the whatever? I don't even know what else is out there anymore. Brand. And that's the problem.
It's turned into, instead of an album of great songs, it's turned into, let's make one great song and hope we sell 100,000 copies of it, or 100,000 downloads.
It is, and it's just, I mean, like, I never was and really am not a Rolling Stones fan. I mean, I certainly appreciate what they do, but I just never was into them, really. But when I was in high school and they released Steel Wheels, you still knew every song that was, you knew 5 songs deep before the album even came out, and, you were deluged with a build-up for that. So if you were a Stones fan, you were going to that record store that day to get that record.
That's right. The video was already released. Like, I think of Kiss, for example, my favorite band. Mm-hmm. And I think, like Animal, was it Asylum? Yeah, it was Asylum. Yeah, Asylum came out, and had Tears Are Falling, you had Reason to Live, and there was already videos and shot, and MTV was spinning them, and they were all over the radio, and you knew. I can't wait. And as soon as the album came out, I immediately put it on those songs, and then I dove into the rest of the record. But you're right. You knew 5 songs of the record already before it was released, and you loved it.
Yeah. And I mean, downloading is part of the problem, but I will argue day and night that most of the bands today, they don't put in the effort, every band back in those days took a year to record an album, or 6 months at a minimum. At a minimum, 6 months. Because they took their time. They developed the songs. They made sure that they were good songs. A bad Motley Crue record from 1987, which I'll argue day and night is Girls, 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 is still better than a good record by Nickelback in 2012. Not because one has more talent than the other, or one has more marketing than the other, or any of that stuff. Just because they put in extra time developing their songs.
Yeah, I totally agree. I can even take it back to Air Supply. They tell me about the days they would go out, they would do a record, they would tour 9 months on that record, and then during those 9 months they were writing songs, and then they would come home, and for 3 months they would record the next record.
Right.
And they would put time into it. Nowadays it's let's get it in, I've got this cool riff, let's get it in, let's add this, let's add that, okay, let's cut and paste, move this over, do that. Great, we got a song. Let's release it.
It's sad.
It is, and I agree. It's not downloads. That's not the problem.
Right.
It's no marketing. It's no promotions. It's no fire under the record company's asses to do something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I maybe I'm the lone wolf on this. I don't know, but I've always thought when the downloading got popular, when it was Napster and what was that, LimeWire and all that other stuff, I always thought that the stuff that was, for the most part, I'm not going to say always, but I always, and it was from the way I used to download songs before it became a real issue, was I never downloaded stuff I was ever going to buy anyway. For me, it would be like somebody would post the Triumph catalog. Well, I was never going to buy Triumph's catalog. I never owned a single record. So, but I grabbed it to listen to it, and then, most of it honestly ended up deleted, and yeah, should I have probably gone out there and bought the other 6 songs that I, didn't delete? Probably. But I don't think, but the reality is that if there was no downloading, I would have never bought a Triumph record. Ever. I would have never experienced the band.
I can relate. I'm probably that same way.
So what have you illegally downloaded there, Johnny?
Oh, I'm not implementing myself. I never illegally download anything. What are you talking about?
Well, now you don't have to download anything. You just go to Spotify. It's all there.
Right.
Yeah, and Apple's trying to do the same thing, with the new Apple Music.
Yeah, but they don't want to pay you guys.
Right. Well, they are now.
Are they? I thought I saw Taylor Swift made such an uproar that they have to pay you guys or something. But
yeah, they said Taylor Swift made this huge thing, and rightfully so. I agree with her 100%. As she said, we don't ask you for free iPhones.
Right.
So that if they want to offer their service to subscribers for 3 months free, that's fine. But the artist should still be paid.
Yeah. Don't you think
that's how we make money?
Right. Well, don't you think on some level, Johnny, that one of the best solutions, and I'll refer back to Kid Rock with his current album because I thought it was brilliant. What he did was when he released his album, he had his tour ready to go, and he basically said, here's the price of the tickets to the tour, and you get a CD with the ticket. That way he could sound scan, 1 million records. And he got paid for those records because he attached them to the ticket and then, jacked the ticket price a little bit. But that's how he did it. And that seems like that's going to be the only formula that's ever going to get people actually purchasing music again, is to incorporate it to the live thing. Because the live thing still does fairly well for old bands and new bands.
Yeah. I agree. The first person I saw ever do that was Prince with the Musicology CD.
Oh yeah, right.
He released it in the store, but also as soon as you bought a ticket and walked in the arena with your ticket, you got handed a CD.
And Journey did that too.
Yeah. You know, it's smart. You're selling 20,000 CDs a night if you're playing an arena.
Yeah. And that's anymore. That'll put you in the top 5 on Billboard these days.
I know. It's amazing what has changed to. But, you know, one of the cool things that I saw happen, and again, I'm relating back to KISS, but they did a show at the Rio Tinto Outdoor Stadium, which is our soccer stadium in Utah. Mm-hmm. And at the show, they sold a jump drive, a little stick that you put in your computer. Mm-hmm. That was the first 10 songs of the concert you were at.
Right.
And then it's a code on the inside of it, and then within 24 hours, the remainder of the songs were up, and you would just download them because it's included in the price.
Yeah.
That, I thought, was really cool, because who wouldn't want a live record of a concert you just went to? You know?
Yeah, Kiss did that, too.
Listening.
No, that's who he said did it, was Kiss.
Oh, I thought he was talking about somebody else. Yeah.
No, yeah, Kiss.
Yeah.
I saw Kiss do that, and I got on I can't even remember the website of who the company was doing it, but there was a nice supply of artists doing it. I just don't know why it hasn't caught on. And seriously, they sold it for like $50, and I thought it was the coolest thing. It came in a nice. I mean, of course, it's Kiss. Anything's going to be $50. You want a guitar pick, it's $50. But it came in a nice box with Kiss and the name of their tour on it. And you open up the box, and it's the jump drive, and it had Kiss printed on. I still have it. You know, it's got Kiss printed on the jump drive. I mean, it was really, really cool, and I just don't know why it hasn't caught on.
You know why? Because of bands like Van Halen right now, where Roth sounds terrible half the time. You know, they don't want that. They don't want that much studio quality audio of them sounding really, really bad out there. If they and I'll happily email you some tracks, Johnny, because I have the Cleveland tracks from that, from the same exact thing, from I think it's the same tour. It was Sonic Boom Tour, and Paul Stanley would not want if he heard it before that was released, he would not have put it out because he was just having an off night and he had a cold or something, and he just sounded miserable bad, and that's why I think a lot of them don't put their music out there like that, because they don't trust their own ability in the live setting.
That's sad.
You know, but I mean, you've been in metal bands. You know, what does Joe Perry call that? You know, mirage hearing, where you expect it to sound one way, but then in reality it doesn't sound that way. But because you're in the setting and you got the energy from the rest of the crowd and the big booming sound from the stage, it sounds a little different than it actually was.
Well, yeah, naturally, yeah, because your adrenaline's rushing. You're happy to see your favorite band on the planet, let's say, at that moment, and you're there and you're into it. They hit a flat note, you don't notice it as much, and then, like you said, you take the recording back and you hear it, and you're like, yeah, I get it, but I see the flip side of it. You know, maybe the bands would go, hey, we're being recorded. We need to treat this like we're really doing a live concert, and and it's going to help everybody. It's going to make the band sound better. It's going to make the audience go, wow, did you hear how great these guys sounded?
Mm-hmm. And then I'm with you. And what they should do with that, though, then issue 2 new songs on the end of it. Throw 2 studio tracks that nobody has on the end of that thing. Now you're talking about a viable product.
Yeah. Now that's a great idea. I feel that.
I should run this industry.
I'm with you.
I'd make millions.
It's funny though. If and I don't mean old. I'm not calling anyone old, but if the older generation could sit down and smack around the younger generation and have the generation listen to their ideas of what used to work, I think we'd have the music. I don't even know what you call it, music scene again, music whatever again.
Yeah, it'd be like a revolution.
It would be. It's what we need. We need anarchy.
Yep.
Yeah, but the thing is somehow, some way, you got to get these commercial outlets to cooperate, because, you can't listen to a new, let's just throw something out there. You can't listen to a new Deep Purple song and hear it on a commercial radio station. They'll only play the back catalog. They won't play anything new.
Right. You're exactly right. It comes down to, I mean, I don't know. I hate to say corporate has a lot to do with that, but back in the day, if you wanted a single, it was $10,000 per, radio programmer for the station, and your song would get played, put in rotation.
Are you talking payola here? I thought that was illegal.
No. Just a mere suggestion.
He's not saying he ever paid it. He's saying he heard about it.
Right.
Yeah, just heard about that. But no, I mean, let's be honest. I think there was some truth to that back in the day, and now that it's gone corporate and there's not even a DJ anymore, there's one guy or girl or whoever in a suit going, yeah, this song from AC/DC, I like that. That was a cool song back then. Oh, they have this new record? I don't care. No one cares about that. We want to hear Back in Black.
Right.
Over and over and over and over and over again.
That's it.
This is what sells. This is what our advertisers want, to put their money behind, is Back in Black, not the new record.
Right.
Which is a shame, because the new record had some great tracks.
Sure. Well, that's the genesis of this show, Johnny. That's the reason I started the show almost 20 years ago, was the backlash against corporate radio.
Good for you.
Yeah. So now we're all talking, no music.
Well, it makes up for the lack of talking on today's radio station.
Sure.
Or the automated DJ that comes on and says, Nickelback, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Right.
And the next song starts.
Yeah, plus we're funny as fuck.
Well, that makes all the world. And I don't need to be going off on tangents here, but that's the other thing, is radio, commercial radio, there's no personality behind it. I love getting up in the morning and listening to my favorite rock station and listening to a DJ in town called Corey Draper, who would just ramble and go on and talk and have a good time and make me laugh and actually make me excited to get up and, when I had a real job, go to work. That days are gone.
Well,
That's why we have guys like you doing it.
Well, when I went to broadcasting school back in the mid-'90s, and the radio industry was changing at that point, they stressed to us that it's not about personality radio, it's personable radio. And the reason being is personality equals more money come contract time. So if you have a following and you become a local celebrity or whatever, that means you can negotiate a higher contract, and they didn't want that. So they put the kibosh on you becoming a personality on the radio.
Right.
Because they didn't want to negotiate a contract with you or give you a following to where they would be at your mercy.
Yeah, I see the flip side to it. I understand what they're saying. I get that, because a DJ could come in and say, I have this many followers, this is what I do, pay me X amount of dollars more than you're already paying.
Exactly.
And he kind of puts them at a handcuff. But the flip side is, if you've got half the valley listening to your radio show, advertisers would be stupid not to put money into it.
True. But the idea was to make all you could, make hay while the sun shines, as it were, and never give back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right? The American dream.
Yep.
Unfortunately.
Yep.
I'm the old school. Like you guys said, call me old school, but I like having a DJ on there. I like the games the DJ plays, the stories they talk about. I'm not a big fan of Kiss, rock and roll all night, and then the next song starts.
Right. But that's all they want, because anybody can do it, and they can pay you minimum wage to do that, and if you don't work out, they get another minimum wage guy in to do that.
Boy, and probably pay him less than minimum wage if they could.
Exactly.
Because the person wants the job. Oh, yeah, I want to be a DJ. What do you mean I don't talk? Cool. What do I do? Spin records? Awesome. Or hit play on my MP3s? Awesome.
Sure.
Well,
I'm with you, Johnny.
Days gone by.
It is. Well, speaking of days gone by, I'm going to go enjoy some music on Tuesday from Days Gone By. K-Tel.
Yes, you are.
K-Tel, the home of the oldies. Remember this from Andy Kim, Seasons in the Sun?
That's not Andy Kim.
Rock Me Gently.
Kim was Rock Me Gently.
Rock Me Gently.
You've lost me.
Seasons in the Sun was Terry Jacks.
Yeah, we're doing this K-Tel 70s commercial, just like your bosses.
Oh, really? the what do they call it?
It was Time Life.
Set of love songs.
Wasn't it Time Life? Time Life's 1,000 greatest songs of the 70s or something?
Oh yeah, that was so funny. We made so much fun of them on the tour bus when we watched the pre-screener of that. It was great.
Who could forget Olivia Newton-John and I Honestly Love You from 1974?
Good stuff.
Oh, it brings back so many memories. And check out this song by Christopher Cross.
I love that. I've watched that stupid infomercial 100 times.
The one with Graham and Russell on it.
Yes, absolutely, man. Because it's so, honestly, it's so poorly shot. I mean, those guys are fine. You know, they're doing their best to one line every stupid song from. Oh, look, this was a classic. Remember this? It's the night Chicago died. It's
Paper Lace.
It's so stupid. But they had this bowl of fruit on the desk.
Right.
And what they kept doing, the camera guys, was walking around the guys, and they kept the bowl of fruit as the centerpiece of the shot. And, you know, knowing a little bit about TV, I know that's what they do, is they build that little perimeter with the little track, and then they go around with the track and pick spots to shoot. So they had the guys in different poses, but they had the same angle on the fruit. So if you watch it, you just see that it's just this dumb ride around the track video with the guys asking every stupid song from 1973. Look, it's the car wash. I must have had my car wash there too. Right, Graham? Right, Russell? It's so bad.
You really did watch that a lot.
I watched it a ton, man. Dude,
you know what's the funny thing about it?
It's funny because I get so much shit. Dude, I get so much shit on this show because I when I'm getting ready for the show and whatnot, to get myself hyped up, so to speak, instead of listening to metal, I listen to that stuff from the 70s, England Dan and John Coley and all that kind of music. And I don't know why, but it puts me in the right frame of mind to tell dick jokes for 6 hours later. But
well, in all seriousness, in all fairness, the music was better back then. I'm not saying it's better than like what we love, our favorite rock band or whatever, but the music was well written, and companies cared about picking quality artists who had great songs that were memorable.
Right.
Now, the Time Life thing was a little cheesy, I'm not going to lie, but they were still great songs.
Yeah. So, Graham, here's Brad with If.
Time Life promised Graham and Russell that they'd get a copy of all those discs. They never got it.
Oh, of course not.
I mean, I was excited. I was like, Graham, let me borrow it. I want to rip all that for free.
Nice.
And now here's Sundown, a big hit for Gordon Lightfoot. It's a breakout.
Hey, now. Whoa.
I like Gordon.
Tread lightly there, buddy.
I'm a big Gordon fan.
I know. I'm just busting balls.
I know. Since you share the same name and all.
Share the same name and bloodline.
Right.
Who's counting?
Yeah, sure. Love Gordon. All right.
No, he's a good guy.
All right, dude. Well, I'm looking forward to shaking hands with you on Tuesday and rocking out to some Air Supply.
Well, you are going to have the time of your life. It's going to be the concert of the year for you.
All right.
Let's see, what other cliche can I throw in there?
It's the bee's knees.
You're going to leave singing every song for a week.
Right.
No.
And you might even get laid.
Wow.
Yes. Now we're talking.
It'll be the top of the tops.
Well, Chris, next Saturday you have to grill them about how good the show was.
I will. And Johnny, we're going to have to call you if you're available next Saturday to have a recap.
Hey, absolutely. I'll give you the skinny.
All right, that works.
I'll let you know everything, all the way down to Well, we won't go there. Anyway, looking forward to it, Neeley. I'm looking forward to seeing you Tuesday. You've got my digits, so we'll talk the day of to make sure that everything's copacetic and you're good to go and
all right,
rocking, and get you to meet Graham and Russell.
Nice. Sounds good, brother.
Gentlemen, thanks for having me on. Thanks for letting me bust your balls for a little while.
Hey, we love it. Love it.
Hey, play some Rex for me.
We'll do it.
All right.
Okay.
All right, we'll talk to you on Tuesday.
Peace.
All right.
See you, Johnny. I like Johnny.
Yeah, I do too. He's a good dude.
I like Johnny a lot. I like that we have a friend in Air Supply.
Yeah, that is funny.
That is the best.
Yeah. That's just so funny.
You know, and Air Supply has been such a long joke that, dude, I'll tell you how deep the fucking Air Supply joke is for me. Have you ever gone to a page that doesn't exist on the CMS?
No, I can't say that I have.
If you go, if you do a Google search and you find an old link to the classicmetalshow.com.
Okay.
And it's not like something that is a real link now, I believe that it takes you to a picture of Graham and Russell.
Is that right?
Yeah, let me try something. Let's see if it does. Oh no, it did on the old sites.
Okay.
It used to take to a picture of those guys, and it said you might be rocking, but not the way you want to be. It was an Air Supply thing that I just threw into the website as a goof.
Just coincidental.
That's right.
I hear you, brother. Well, I'm going to take a quick short break here.
Yeah, I need a drink of water.
Yeah, and so got a something you want to hear?
Air Supply. Making love out of nothing at all?
No.
No?
No.
How about LA Guns?
Okay.
Dirty Love from Hollywood Vampires.
Yeah, I love LA Guns.
Yeah, me too.
Love the guns, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, let me pull that up real quick, and we'll take a short break, and we'll come back, and we'll do some more stuff.
All right, and we'll finish this racism story that we started.
Racism. It's not,
whatever it was.
Nothing racist about it.
What were you talking about?
We were talking about the guy who stole the Confederate flag.
Oh, racism.
That's not racist.
Sure it is. That white guy killed a black man.
Yeah. We'll come back.
Racism.
Yeah, we'll come back and we'll finish up that story.
All right.
Did you say Hollywood Vampires?
Yes, sir.
And what was it?
Dirty Love.
Dirty Love. All right, there it is. All right, I got it.
Cool.
Dirty Love. All right, well, here's some LA Guns. I got a couple of requests in the request email, so I'll get to those too. So it's LA Guns exclusively here
on your Classic Metal Show.